Lawyers, has the opposing counsel ever won the case for you? My neighbor sued me for $15,000 claiming my dog destroyed his prize-winning garden. Here's the thing, I don't have a dog, never owned one in my life. I'm actually allergic to most pets and break out in hives around them. But Dave was absolutely convinced beyond any doubt. He had crystal clear security footage of a golden retriever digging up his prized tomatoes at exactly 3 a.m. every single night for 2 weeks straight. The dog clearly came from my backyard, jumped his 6-foot wooden fence, and went on a complete destruction rampage through his carefully maintained garden. Dave started documenting everything with obsessive precision that bordered on harassment. He printed detailed frame-by-frame photos showing the progressive destruction over 14 consecutive nights. His prized heirloom tomatoes that he'd been growing from rare seeds for 5 years, completely uprooted and scattered. His award-winning heritage roses that won 3 county fair competitions, stems chewed to pieces and petals everywhere. His meticulously planned organic herb garden with expensive imported basil varieties, trampled beyond recognition into muddy chaos. Dave hired a professional landscaper to assess the damage. His lawyer presented a detailed breakdown. $8,000 for rare heirloom seeds plus labor costs, $4,000 for soil restoration and replanting services, $3,000 for emotional distress, and lost competition earnings from upcoming garden shows. I kept telling them I literally don't own a dog. They said I was lying to avoid responsibility. Dave's lawyer even suggested I might be hiding the dog at a friend's house during the day. The footage was absolutely crystal clear and seemingly undeniable. Every single night at exactly 3:17 a.m., a large golden retriever would jump over my back fence, systematically destroy different sections of Dave's garden with methodical precision, then disappear back into my yard around 3:45 a.m. like absolute clockwork. Dave had installed 3 different camera angles to catch the criminal activity. He was treating this like CSI, Garden Edition, creating timeline charts tracking the dog's movements with military precision. Court day arrives after months of preparation. Dave's lawyer struts in wearing an expensive suit, carrying a leather briefcase packed with evidence folders. He's clearly confident this is going to be an easy victory. He plays the security video compilation for the judge on a large screen. Your Honor, the evidence speaks for itself. This defendant's dog has been systematically terrorizing my client's property every night for weeks. The judge watches the footage carefully, nodding along as each night's destruction plays out chronologically. Then he turns to me and asks, "Sir, do you recognize this dog?" I lean forward and squint at the screen, studying the golden retriever's movements. "Actually, yes I do. That's definitely Buddy." Dave's lawyer immediately smirks with satisfaction and glances at Dave triumphantly. "So, you finally admit it's your dog destroying my client's garden?" "No," I say calmly. "That's Dave's dog. Buddy lives at 1247 Oak Street. Dave lives at 1249 Oak Street. Next door neighbors." The courtroom goes dead silent. Dave's face turns bright red as realization hits him like a freight train. The judge pauses the video and zooms in on the dog's collar. Clear as day, there's a name tag reading Buddy with Dave's own address, 1249 Oak Street. Dave had been so focused on blaming me for weeks, he never looked closely at his own footage. He'd been watching videos of destruction without noticing the identifying details right in front of his face. His own dog had been escaping through a loose fence board and destroying his garden for months. The dog wasn't coming from my yard. He was returning to my yard after nightly destruction sprees. The judge looked at Dave with complete disbelief. "Sir, you're suing this man for damage caused by your own pet?" Dave started stammering about how the dog learned this behavior from my property, but it was too late. Case dismissed immediately. Dave had to pay my legal fees, court costs, and filing fees. The judge gave him a stern lecture about responsible pet ownership and checking facts before filing frivolous lawsuits against innocent neighbors. Dave avoided all eye contact with me for many months afterward. I occasionally saw him reinforcing his fence at 3 a.m. with a bright flashlight, muttering angrily to himself about escape-proof barriers.